Hello and welcome to the Corona Yoga Challenge. Today is day 83. Please make sure that you check my website so that you're keeping safe and adapting poses, how it's going to suit your body. And do subscribe here if you want to get an update. We're going to start by coming into all fours today. So if you make sure that you're somewhere nice and comfortable on the floor, and you're going to let your hips slide from one side to the other side. So just ease the hips out. So get that nice feeling of movement across the lower back. And then you're going to tuck your toes under so that you can slide your hips forwards and back. So nice smooth movement over the back, a little bit of movement into the arms. So you can take your hands a little bit further away so you can let your shoulders come forwards if you would like. So as the hips come back, start to draw slightly back with the tummy, or at least notice hopefully that movement happening naturally all by itself. And then you're going to bring yourself to all fours so that you're right high up on your fingers. And you're going to take one foot to the front. So it might be that you take a little step or you just a little kneel forwards. But we're going in the direction of the foot being beside the hand. From here you can let your hands come flat if that's comfortable, and you can move your back knee back so that you start to come into a slightly deeper straight lunge if comfortable. You can let your shoulders come down a little so we get that nice stretching out through the hip on the other side. And then press down through your hands, bring yourself back up. You're going to come all the way up onto your fingertips, so this hand that's on the floor, same side as the front leg, might want to move slightly towards the midline for this, and then you're just going to let your hand come onto your hip, you're easing yourself round, hand can come up and overhead if you would like, and then back and to the floor. So steady and even through the hands. You're going to slide your knee back, come back to a nice neutral all fours position, ease the hips out from one side to the other side. And then we're going to come over to the opposite side. So we're coming up onto the fingertips. Foot is stepping round beside your hand. You're just checking you're comfortable. If you want to, you can move your back knee back on the floor so we start to get that slightly deeper stretch. So just think that you're sinking the hips down towards the floor in a way that's still comfortable, still steady, still even breathing. And then from here, if you want to, you can bring yourself that little bit lower. So stretch your shoulders down in towards the floor. And then you're going to bring yourself onto your fingertips. You're going to take the hand on the same side as the front leg towards your centre line, so that if it's comfortable, you can ease yourself round. And if you like to, your hand can come out or up. Shoulders are spreading down. Breathing is still nice and steady. And then you're going to bring yourself to both hands onto the floor. And you're going to slide your knee back. And we're going to come into extended child's pose for a moment. So hips are sinking back towards your heels. Head is resting onto the floor. Body rests, breathing settles, and you'll hopefully feel the movement of the breath in the back of your body. And then pressing to your feet, bring yourself back to all fours. We're going to come up to standing from here. So you're going to tuck your toes under, take your hands back in towards your knees, press up through the hips and down through the feet. A little bit of softness through the back of the knees so you can fold forwards comfortably. You can have your hands somewhere on your thighs. And then you're going to bend through your knees. You're going to stretch up and wide, all the way up and overhead with your hands, and then hands come down to your heart. We're going to do a standing pose now in a balance. So if you want to take yourself so you've got a little bit of support, so that you can take your hand onto something in front of your mat. So this sort of position, so that you're facing straight forwards. Let's just do this, there we go. So from here you're going to take your hand onto the support, and you're going to start to lift your leg up to the back so you can catch hold of your foot or your ankle or a bit of trouser leg, or the leg can float. You're going to let your free hand come up and overhead, and we're getting that feeling of that lift and lightness through the upper body and a bit of heaviness down through the supporting foot. And then bring your hand back down and your leg back down. And we're going to do the opposite side. So exactly the same, you're just going to step your leg up to the back, Free hand is coming up and overhead. Get feeling of lightness underneath the diaphragm, underneath the skull. Heaviness down through the feet, down through the back of the shoulder blades. And then bring yourself back down and come back to even standing. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a variation of that. So you're going to take your foot up to the back just as you did before, and this time you're going to catch hold of your big toe with your thumb if it's comfortable, and then your free hand or your fingertips can just extend out. Free hand's going to come up and overhead. So we're keeping with this kind of upright position through the body, and you're going to start to extend your foot and your hand out towards the back without letting the shoulders come forwards. So we're just extending back, getting a lovely feeling of space in the armpit. And then bring yourself back in and back to standing. So back to settled feet. And then we're going to come to the opposite side. So do take hold of your foot in any way that you'd like, or not at all. So I'm just holding on to my big toe with my thumb. Fingertips are extending out. Hand comes up and overhead. And then once you feel settled, then start to extend the foot and hand out and away from you. Breathe evenly. And then bring your leg back in. Settle your foot down and onto the floor. Soften through the knees. Come slightly back into the heels. We're going to come down to the floor now. So if you want to bring yourself to sitting. And if you want to bring your knees just comfortably to one side. So just a nice even sitting position or kneeling position. And do let the hips lift up on a block if it's more comfortable for you. Ideally, we're working towards the feeling of the hips feeling very grounded on the floor. You're going to let one hand rest onto your leg. Other hand is going to come onto the floor and gently ease yourself around away from your feet. Come back to the centre and to the opposite side. Coming all the way back to the centre, and then we're going to switch your feet over. So feet come over to the other side. So again, from here you're just letting the knees be settled and relaxed, so it can be in any particular position that's comfortable for you. Down through the hips, bringing yourself up and round and away from your feet. Take an easy breath, so you feel your body expand as you breathe in. And then bring yourself back to the centre and to the opposite side. And then come all the way back to the centre. And we're going to do a little bit of breathing. So if you want to bring yourself to a comfortable position. We're going to do a little bit of Ujjayi breath. So that's the one where you start with your mouth open, as if you're misting up a mirror. And then you try and keep that feeling in the mouth and the jaw, and all the rest is all the same, apart from the lips gently close and the breath comes out through the nose, so you end up with this sort of a sound. So if that doesn't feel easy, go with it through your mouth, so you get that out breath, but be breathing in through your nose if it's comfortable for you. And we're just going to go with that easy pattern of the breathing. So we're going to take a breath in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Last time in and out. Let your breathing come back to normal for a moment. Whatever normal is right now. Just notice how your breathing feels for you. So my challenge for you today, I've not got a proper challenge for you today, but I think the challenge I'm going to make up for you on the spot is just kind of a spontaneous thought, and that's to send somebody a really nice text, just somebody random. I got a really nice text this morning, which was we were giving away stuff that we didn't need for free, and this really nice French couple came who are also bakers, and they're setting up a bakery making like beautiful croissants. And I got a text this morning saying croissants, freshly baked croissants, are coming here in about 5 minutes' time, which has made me really quite happy. It's quite crazy how happy that's made me. I'll let you know how they go tomorrow. So send somebody a lovely text. And your quote for the day is Mahatma Gandhi again. As long as you derive inner help and comfort from anything, keep it. I just think it's such an important quote. As long as you derive inner help and comfort from anything, keep it. Hope you have a wonderful day.